Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Spurs Around the World, where we'll be hearing from international fans talking about the game. Rangers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. If you'd like to get involved in a future episode, please do send me an email, tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com.
Hey there, fellow Spurs fans. It's Yiğit from Turkey, and I've been supporting this club since 2018 officially, and I have followed the team since 2013. I'm not showing off, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure you've been supporting the team for longer, but what I'm trying to say is I get the struggle. I get what it's like to support this team. We constantly seem like we're at the cusp of something great, and then we get nothing tangible, pretty much. But this time I think it's different. Ever since Poch left, I have felt quite hopeless, to be frank, with all the pragmatic football and managers thinking that they're bigger than the club or whatnot. Ange Postecoglou has been a breath of fresh air. Has it been smooth sailing? Definitely not. But this was to be expected. I would like to remind you of the climate that was going on when Ange first arrived. I mean, we didn't even expect the initial boom that his football brought. We were okay with like 7th place finish. But at times this project has shown real promise, and I believe we're in a good trajectory. I think it's pretty similar to what Liverpool went through in 2014 and onwards with Jurgen Klopp. I believe we will end up in a similar place down the line. And with all that said, we're currently in a bit of a rut. We were lucky to get a draw against Rangers, in all fairness, but like I said, it's a process. And I believe we can win the Europa League in the long run. And I hope all will be well in the future. Come on, you Spurs.
Hello, Chris. It's Jim Brentar here from a very frigid Cleveland, Ohio in the USA. It's colder here than northern Scotland, let alone Glasgow. I'll start with some good news. Fraser Forster played excellently. Without him, we would have lost the game. Gray played excellently. Bergvall played well. In fact, Forster, Gray, and Bergvall were the 3 most clear-headed players on the pitch for Tottenham today, so kudos to them. On the bad news side, we were extremely poor in possession, at least until Solanke, Kulusevski, and Bergvall got on the field. Then we were better, but it's got to change. We're giving the ball away too easily, too often. Let's talk about the goal that Rangers scored. For the most part, throughout the game, we were pretty good about getting back on defense, except for that goal. Gray had made it back and was in position. Dragusin made it back and was in position. Udogie had made it back. Porro didn't make it back in time. Now, I can't blame Porro too much. Did you realize that Porro has played more minutes than any other Tottenham player this year? In fact, Porro and Udogie have played the 2 players that have played the most minutes this year. They need a rest. There's a whole bunch of other players that haven't played a lot this year, and I want to see more of them. On Sunday, I want to see Bergvall start. I want to see Spence start. I want to see Lancashire start. I want to see any of the kids who haven't gotten a chance to play yet this year get a chance to play. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I would like to see. Come on, you Spurs.
Good afternoon, Harry here, also known as Spurs Direct on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, I'll take a point. I think the main, the main talking point is when I saw the draw, Galatasaray and Rangers, it was always going to be the two hardest games, both away games, and I feel we were always going to lose one of them. That was a novelty, as simple as that. Galatasaray and Rangers, both hostile, the fans are up for it. The fans are up for it more than us. The players were, they're more hungry for it, going into the game as underdogs, so I'll take a point. I think, and especially with our first two choice centre-backs out, Van der Ven and Romero. So, with Archie Gray, who's a centre-mid, not even a right-back, let alone a centre-back coming in, I thought he grew into the game very well. I think Dragusin had a pretty solid game. There were one or two moments when the whole back line switched off, especially in the first half. But on the whole, it wasn't too much. It wasn't too bad of a performance at all. I think Bergvall grew into the game when he came on. I think we need to start giving him some minutes now. He looks like he's maturing as a player, and also just growing in confidence. Same too with Pape Sarr. Actually, we used to see him be a bit naive in midfield, but I think he came on and offered us some more creativity. And Fraser Forster. I think yes, credit where credit's due, made some fantastic saves tonight, but we can't always rely on him as much as we do. It says a lot. We've got a first choice keeper and two centre backs out, so the focus really shines towards the attack, which arguably we got our strongest attack all fit. So there should be more at that end and less towards Forster and our own goal. But yeah, credit where credit's due. He had a pretty solid game. But the main talking point is our squad depth. We saw against Chelsea. We brought on the kids. We brought on Werner, whilst they're bringing on players like Nkunku, Felix, Dewsbury Hall on the bench if they desired. So we need to seriously spend in January. We need two centre backs, maybe a backup left back, because I think Spence is good enough for right back. But if Ange doesn't want to play him, do we have to go for someone new? So it's going to be a big month ahead of us for the January transfer window. I think we could do with another option off the right hand side, because I think we can all agree deep down Brennan Johnson isn't clinical enough and doesn't offer enough in these sort of games. We need someone who's going to be more aggressive to come in and take the game by the scruff of the neck. So overall, a very good performance, I think, considering the lack of squad depth in the second half. The first half was a bit shaky. We had a good opening. We had a poor opening 20 minutes. We were dominated by Rangers, had a 5-minute spell where we looked like we could have scored, but overall Rangers were the better side. They played better than us. They had more desire than us, to put it simply. I think Bentancur, actually, I was shocked to see him withdrawn so early. I think only an hour in he was taken off. Could be fitness. Obviously he can't play in the Premier League, but I think he's so composed in the midfield. I think Bissouma's quite erratic still, unfortunately. He's not the same player as he was last year. But yeah, I think that wraps up, really. A good point away at the Ibrox, away from home. That's Galatasaray and Rangers done. So on to Hoffenheim and Elfsborg next. One home, one away. So hopefully we can, we should get 6 points out of 6 and move on. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to appear on a future episode of Spurs Around the World and you are an international fan, please do send me an email, tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com. Enjoy your weekend. Come on, you Spurs.